Well, hello, welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for the sign of Taurus for May 2023. And we are entering, or we are already in Taurus season, so I wanted to make sure I got your reading done early May. And just wanted to let you know, if you're one of my regular subscribers, I am cutting back, at least for a couple months, on how many readings I put out. The summer's here, and I'm just not finding the opportunity to sit down in front of the camera as much as I would like. So I just want to let you know I will get at least one reading out, hopefully more than one, and if time permits, you may see a second one, okay? I'm also doing private readings, so that's taking up some time for good reasons, and if you're interested in that, the information can be found in the description box. And if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. This is also a general reading. I do want to put that little disclaimer out there before we get too far. If it doesn't apply to you, that's fine. I hope you'll come back and join me again. And a little disclaimer before I get started. I had a camera issue earlier, and I actually already did your reading, so let's see if this reading is similar to the one I just completed for Taurus. Sometimes I feel like there's divine intervention. I mean, there is Mercury retrograde going on, I know as well, but I feel like sometimes when the reading doesn't record, it's because you're not meant to hear it. But give me 1 second while I check the camera to make sure it is still running. And we are still on. Very, very, very strange. On my end, not for you. So let's go ahead and see what's going on, Taurus. Eight of Diamonds, Jack of Diamonds, Nine of Clubs, Seven of Diamonds. Okay. 1 second here. Let me just take this in. So you've been putting a lot of hard work and effort into something here with the Eight of Diamonds. It talks about some kind of solo effort. Yes, it's the entrepreneurial card, but if you're not like in business for yourself, that's okay. You don't have to be. It's just about you reaping the rewards. And I see that there's a little bit of a warning here against gambling and taking unnecessary financial risks. So I don't think, what I know about your sign is you don't take financial risks. That's not the way you operate. But maybe because you have a little bit more income coming in, you're feeling very comfortable. There just may be a little bit of a desire to splurge and treat yourself well. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you do have a warning with the Seven of Diamonds against going crazy, going excessive, right? And there is a lot of achievement here that you have wrapped up into this. Again, that's acknowledging that perhaps you're feeling like you can treat yourself, and you should. By all means, you should. Just be careful that there's a limit to how much you should. And the achievement is also something you're feeling very satisfied with it. It's a completion as well. It's like you've reached. You set a bar for yourself and you reach the bar, and now you're enjoying your success with that. The Jack of Diamonds acknowledges that you're in a position that you haven't been in before. It's about, not having a lot of experience with this financial reality that you're living in, this abundance. It is Earth energy, which certainly is you or Virgo or a Capricorn. I just want to mention that because sometimes this does represent a person. It could be another younger Earth sign around you. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. The Seven of Hearts, Two of Spades, Eight of Spades, Three of Diamonds. So this kind of came up in that last reading I did for you about there being some kind of pressure around work, employment. It could have been somebody just giving you a hard time, somebody you weren't getting along with, or just the workload itself was excessive and you needed to relieve the pressure in some way. Hold on one second. I want to make sure that camera's still running. Oh, great. We're back on track. Sorry, you have to understand that I can't tell if it's shut off. So I'm not going to do that again. We're just going to take our chances. But thank you for your patience there. But again, you might feel like you're in this position you can treat yourself because you've put in a lot of hard work in some place that might have, how do I say this? So let's say you are on this solo effort. Maybe it is a little side business you have going on your own that you watched it grow and you made it grow, and now you're able to do it on your own, hence the 8 of diamonds, the entrepreneurial energy. This is about putting in those long hours, all that hard work, but it was also very stressful. So you're in this position of, wow, now I can treat myself, but just hold up, put on the brakes with that. Just be careful with the spending. That's all I'm going to say about that. And there is a little bit of decision around finances. The threes talk about being kind of pulled in 2 different directions. Again, I think it kind of echoes what I was just saying in that you may feel like you want to splurge, you don't want to worry about money right now, you want to have some fun with it, but you also have that practical side to you, Taurus, where you have to be careful with the spending. So you just might be feeling a little bit of conflict there. Now the 2 of Spades talks about some kind of disconnection you have with somebody or something. Usually it's around a person, but I'm not seeing anything here that indicates a person unless you left a work situation, which very well, I'm picking up a Taurus who was working for somebody and working on their own business venture on their own, and perhaps they left that full-time work. You see where I'm going with that? And so now you have that disconnection because you walked away from it. This is pretty permanent, though. You're pretty adamant about not going back, not being afraid of going forward on your own with the 8 of diamonds. This is about being sure and confident of the direction you're headed. But this is permanent. There's no reconciliation with that 2 of Spades. Now the 7 of Hearts talks about some kind of disappointment or pain around it. Maybe it pains you to leave that work situation or whatever you're involved in before. Maybe because of the people. Maybe you miss working with the people. Usually it's that, right? Or there was something about it that was enjoyable. And you just don't have that routine anymore in your life. It's about leaving something behind. I will say there's another way to look at this, that the work situation didn't turn out what you wanted it to. It didn't turn out to be the long-term employment, or maybe not as profitable for you. It just, it disappointed you on some deep level, so there's some disappointment and pain around that. Let's see what else we can pull out for Taurus, please. Four of Clubs. Yeah, if things are very balanced in your home. I see the 4s as like the 4 pillars holding up the home front. It's kind of a redundant card, I'll just admit that. It's an energy just of things being really balanced in home. Again, if you were under some kind of stress, maybe it wasn't balanced before because you were bringing that stress home. It's hard to, no matter what employment you're in, it's hard to leave. If there's something not going well in a work situation, it really is hard to leave it all at the workplace. Especially if it's something emotional, for example, like having a problem with a coworker. Now, the 3 of Clubs. Yeah, there's a little bit of struggle here. Perhaps you... Originally, I was just going to say you're struggling with the idea of not being connected with that group anymore. Again, I'm getting the feeling it's about people. it's about relationships. You know, people that you felt close to. You might have worked with these people for a while. So a little bit of struggle around that. You know, feeling, again, kind of on the fence of, wow, I really need to get out of that situation, but all this other stuff I had to leave behind as well. Maybe you didn't foresee that that was going to be an issue for you, but it obviously is. Ace of Diamonds. Yeah, you're definitely on this new start. This did come out in your last reading about kind of leaving a situation behind in a work situation and not necessarily going off on your own, but looking for a way to increase your abundance, to increase your finances monetarily. Any more cards here? I was going to go to advice, but I'm feeling pulled that we need another card. Okay. yeah, here's the achievement. You can almost say that whatever you achieved in that past work situation, it was kind of a bar that you set, and you met it, and it's like once it's like playing a game. Once you reach the end goal, it's done, over, game over. And this is that enjoying the abundance that came out of it, being able to take better financial responsibility. So basically putting you in a better financial place so that you could be on this new start. Okay, let's go ahead and ask for cards of advice. Too many. Or at least I need more clear direction on which card you want me to grab. I was holding on to a few cards. There we go. Two of Diamonds. Let me pull a few more out before I speak on that. Four of Diamonds. Very nice. I'm glad we were able to get this reading out for you today, Taurus. Seven of Spades. Okay, Jack of Clubs. Okay, so the Two of Diamonds talks about finances being balanced for you, especially if you're in a relationship. If you're not, that's okay. It just talks about that balance and harmony. It looks like whatever you've chosen to do. Now, I will say in that other reading, there was a lot of choice involved. Like you were sitting in I don't know if I should say this, but you were sitting in this space of needing to make a decision. That didn't come out this time, though. But I feel like with the Four of Diamonds, your advice is just letting you know that you are going to reap the benefits from making this change. This is the Windfall card. There is, again, a little bit of a warning about spending. Just be careful as the abundance starts to flow in. You're in this very balanced place, right? You don't want to upset that. So it's acknowledging the balance and then saying, okay, be careful that you don't upset the balance. Now the Seven of Spades it's an interesting context for advice, because it talks about something, or I'm fumbling with words and I apologize. It talks about something needing to come to light, or something will come to light. It's something that's hidden from you. Maybe it's a realization for you about being on your own, or if you didn't go off on your own, whatever, initiative you took to leave this past situation. And I do think it was some kind of stressful work situation that has you've profited from and you've managed to walk away from. I don't know, maybe you're looking back and you're kind of having some epiphanies about what transpired, how you really felt about things. It also could be indicating that something will be revealed to you. I'll just say that. Yeah, like something that's just hasn't occurred to you yet. I don't know. I don't know what that could be about. I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't see specifics and details all the time. I just kind of pick up on the emotional impression of what's going on, because the Seven's definitely about that internal experience of, oh, Oh, okay. Something coming to light. And I don't know how it will be revealed. I think it's something you're just going to recognize. Jack of Spades, that's an interesting note to kind of end on with the advice. Although I am going to draw a couple more cards. This is fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. It's kind of that generous, supportive friend that you have kind of on your side, who's not as experienced in you, perhaps in business. It doesn't necessarily mean they're younger, although they could be. You know what I'm getting? It's something you're going to recognize. Something's going to come to light about this person. Maybe this is somebody you're interested in. Fire sign, again. Just to remind you, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Interesting. So you had the financial emphasis very strong throughout here. Wasn't much about relationship, but I find it interesting that it's focusing on a fire sign. Somebody who's supportive. They're like in a supportive role to you. They're like again, like that friend you have, that confidant. Maybe there's something more to them. I'm not saying it's romantic, but it could be. It's just about something coming to light. Okay, that's a little bit of a prophecy there. I don't always get prophecy readings, but watch out for that. I don't know if you can think of somebody or somebody came to mind when I said that. Younger fire sign. I'm going to ask for more cards of advice, though. I don't want to end on that. More cards of advice for Taurus. Six of Spades. This is all party. You're walking your destiny. You're walking your fate. This is fantastic. So you are on the path you're meant to be on. And this will open more doors for you, and opportunities will be coming your way. It's kind of a general message. Kind of a general message with the six. Just, you're opening up more doors because you're following the path you were meant to follow. For those of you especially have heard that when you're on the wrong path, or you're following a path you shouldn't be, that's when everything goes wrong and those doors shut. You don't have those opportunities. You don't have things flowing into your life as freely, or you're feeling like you're blocked. Yeah, that means you're not quite in the direction you should be headed. Okay, any more cards of advice for Taurus? Five of Diamonds. Expect some kind of change here in your finances again. I'll just to note, this is usually around some kind of negotiation or settlement. It doesn't necessarily mean you're involved in a legal thing, but it could have been. It could have been. Maybe, again, if you walked away from this stressful work situation, maybe there was some kind of agreement, some kind of, again, I think I used it earlier in this reading. I'm not sure about a severance package. That could be what this windfall is about. Like you taking some money and then walking away and walking on to the next chapter of your life. Or this could be related to something else that's going on in your life that just didn't come up in the reading. But there's change here. There's change here in finances. And I think, again, that's a fantastic indication. I am being beckoned to pull another card of advice. I thought that would be a good way to end the reading, but I guess not. Wow. That's pretty dramatic. So this is the Fool card and the Black and White Joker. The Black and White Joker is that unsettled energy, things being kind of up in the air, but the Fool energy, that's really intriguing. It's kind of like not having any preconceived ideas about what the future holds for you. You don't know what's headed your way. You don't know how things are going to unfold. And again, it's along kind of the lines of the destiny and the fate. And the door is opening up. You don't know what those doors are because they weren't there before. You're on a new timeline. If you want to entertain the idea, you're in a new reality. You're in another parallel universe. You've opened up those doors for yourself just through, paying attention to the path you're on and following where your gut has led you. You know, your instincts have led you down this path. But I guess, and I'll, you know, to just to kind of wrap this up and summarize, you need to have that energy of being open to whatever comes your way and not having, again, knowing what lies ahead. It can sound a little anxiety provoking for some people, I think, but I think it's just a general reminder that we don't have complete and utter control over everything. And there's always going to be that whirligig that comes in and changes everything, right? That turn of events. That's kind of how I'm interpreting that, how I'm feeling that. Okay, Taurus, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you wouldn't mind, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. You can turn off notifications if they irritate you. I get that. But likes and subscribe always help support the channel and keep it going. You have no idea how much that means to any creator, not just me. Again, if you're interested in a personal reading, the information can be found in the description box. And a big thank you to anyone who is a subscriber and who has donated to my Buy Me a Coffee account. And expect at least one reading per month for now. And I may be back again if I'm feeling called to do another reading for Taurus this month. I may be back again. And happy birthday to anybody who's had a birthday or is about to have one, okay? Take care until I see you again.